Good morning, all of you. I am actually sitting on my balcony in the morning sun. We have morning sun today, what is exciting because monsoon has started and that means shitty weather all the time. So we have a lot of rain showers and a lot of storms. So I want to use the moments of sun. So I'm sitting in my swinging chair on the balcony having my breakfast. And I wanted to show you my first finished project for my travel knitting. And this is it. This is my modified version of the Cloudpost sweater, and I made a bunch of modifications. I will try to add a video at the end where I'm wearing it because I think it's hard to see like this. So this is knit in 100% alpaca yarn from Bolivia that I have on a big cone, 500 gram, and I've never really used it for much. So I finally knitted some up. And this is the rose color, is the drops mohair that a friend did bring me from Denmark as a surprise some months ago, and that I would never choose in a shop. But now I have a bunch of friends that think that this color looks really good on me. So I thought, why not try it out and combine it with this? And this is supposed to be a lightweight sweater for travel. So this weighs 130 gram now altogether, what is quite lightweight. And it is a full length sweater, as you can see, and it turned out nicely, I think, much better than I expected it to be. The construction of this is a bit different and I'm not sure what I think about it. So you start with making two panels, one in the front, one in the back. So I have one just brown, one with the stripe, so I can wear it in two different ways. There's no short row shaping or something that would define the neckline. So I can wear it in many different ways and have a little bit of a different look. And from these panels, you work sidewards. You make a stripe here on the side. And then you just change to smaller needles and knit the sleeves. Originally, you would increase a lot of stitches here and then the sleeve becomes super wide. But I didn't want this. There's no need. Like this sleeve is already, when you look at my arm, plenty big. I can put easily two arms into one sleeve. So this is more than big enough. I didn't see any reason to make it wider. And also I missed that part of the pattern first. So it was actually lucky that I missed it. I knit it to full length and then you fold the cuffs and sew them shut. And I'm adding another little video later about how I adjusted for the rolling hem and the neckline because I didn't do it the traditional way. You were supposed to also have a folded neck here, but I just made a crochet edge and you will see more about it in the other little video. So you see this turned out nicely. It is lightweight. I finished it the day before yesterday. I blocked it yesterday and was able to wear it yesterday in the evening when it got pretty cold here because it is monsoon and we had a big storm while I was in class, so I was happy that I had this to throw over. It is a really nice lightweight sweater, but I'm not sure if this is already my ideal sweater. So we will see if I actually take it in the end, but it is a great option. So there's no complaint. But as you see, the gauge is quite loose, so wind comes through quite easily. It gives some nice warmth, especially for this loose gauge, because it is alpaca and mohair. So it gives more warmth than other pieces in this size wood. But it's not for like winter weather, obviously. While I also will not be traveling in winter this time, but who knows about the future. So this is my finished object for this video and the first finish for my travel knitting list. Hey all, I quickly wanted to show you something on my nearly finished sweater. And that is the extremely rolled edges here. As in the instruction that I used, after knitting in stockinette, you're just supposed to bind off loosely, what I did. But this edge is rolling on a level that is not I don't think it will block out. So what are we doing about it? We could obviously unravel it and knit a little bit of ribbing or make a row and purl before we bind off. But I don't want to do this, especially because this yarn is a bit fuzzy and it's not easy to unravel. So we do the easy quick fix, and that is a crochet border. I did it here on the neckline. I was supposed to knit some rows and make a folded neckline like I did on the sleeves. Here we knit some rows and made a folded thing. But I read in the review of some people that this gets quite heavy and is pulling down the neck edge. So I didn't want to do it. And also the sewing and stuff is not my favorite thing. I'm not such a good sewer. So I just went with my crochet hook and made one row of half double crochets. And you could also do single crochets, but I thought this looks nice. And I will do the same thing at the bottom. And then when it's completely finished and blocked tomorrow, I will show you the difference from this extremely rolled edge to how it will look later. And then I was sitting last night thinking about what to do next. And there's many ideas, but nothing felt like this is the thing I want to cast on. So I started swatching, and I started swatching with this yellow yarn. It's called Emotions. And this is a yarn that went out of business like probably 2 years already and was really cheap. It has some cashmere and different kind of fibers. But the color is not so much my color. So I'm still hesitant what to make with it because it's such a bright color and this is like not me. So, and then I also swatched with this alpaca yarn. It's the same kind of alpaca from the same place in Bolivia, just a lighter color. Back then I bought one cone in the darker brown and one cone in this lighter beigey tone. And I have used this for color work in a different dress, but I haven't used it for like a big piece. So I was watching them both and couldn't decide which one I would potentially want to make. And I was actually thinking about making a Love Note sweater by Tinker Knits. Why? Because it is supposedly a quick knit, it looks interesting, and it has quite a big gauge. It has like 16 or 17 stitches gauge on a 6mm needle. And I figured out that I was with the alpaca yarn just one stitch off of this gauge on a 5mm. So the sleeves of this one are knit on a 5mm while the body was knit on a 6mm. And I really liked the fabric, how it looked on the 5mm. And that was really close to what the Love Note is asking for. So, and the Love Note doesn't take so much yarn, so I thought I could make a lightweight version if I don't do it in the DK weight that is suggested, if I just knit it in a fingering weight. So I swatched, but I was still not so sure which one I liked, and my friends also weren't sure. And then I came up with another idea. This actually happened tonight when I couldn't sleep well. So I woke up and then I looked at knitting patterns, what you do when you cannot sleep. And I was thinking about what to do with this yarn. This is a handspun merino and it's one of the first handspun I ever made. And I got this in Germany some years ago when I went to visit and went with my friend to one of the islands, to Rügen. And there was a little yarn shop. I just learned spinning barely at this point, but I bought 2 braids of merino, 200 grams each, and this is just 150 grams now. Because it was one of my first spins, I experimented a lot with it, so I have 150 grams, and I wasn't really sure how much yarn I have here, and it's not completely even, but it is really beautiful and nice. And I started to make a hood last year in December on a 3mm needles, but somehow the fabric didn't look so nice. I can show you a picture here. I just unraveled it this morning and the size didn't really, it seemed still too big, too long. it didn't convince me. So I just bite the bullet and fogged it, but I was able to measure it beforehand. And now I could make an estimate that the 50 grams I unraveled were like around 300 meters. So I have 150, so I estimate that I will have like 800 to 900 meters. And you see it is really has different parts of thick and thin, because I was a complete beginner spinner. But I do actually think that this would work with the sweater project, the Love Note. So I swatched up just right now the green during breakfast. And I love the color, I love how it feels. Yes, it is not even, but I think I will try to attempt to make a love note with this. And as I only have 150 grams, this sweater can become a maximum of 150 grams. So let's see how it turns out. And looking at the pattern, it says I only need 600 grams. This seems like really little to me, but let's see how it actually turns out. In the worst case, I will just make a short sleeve version. I will first knit the body, see how much I get, and then decide if I add sleeves or not. But I think I will try to make it in this beautiful green. So this is the most likely next thing I will cast on. But let's wait if this really happens. And then I was having another idea, because I was wearing this shirt that I have actually as a pajama, and it's a simple green shirt, and I bought it from a local shop here that is supposedly good quality. And after washing it once, and it was not supposed to be hand wash only, this happened. You see all the little holes? It's not just one or two that I could fix, it's a lot of them. So I was obviously a bit disappointed. Since then I only wear it as a pajama and I don't wear it out. But the fabric is really nice and I really love the color. So I was actually thinking what I do with it, and I was considering to just sew it down and make a cropped shirt out of it. But then I'm actually not really wearing cropped shirts much. It's not so much my style, and it also doesn't fit into the environment, the Buddhist environment here so much. So then earlier this morning I had this idea that I might just cut it off and add some knitting to it. And I want to add some lace knitting to it. So there is a pattern that I have in my library. It's from Audrey Borrego, and I think it's called Hydromel or something like this. And this is a normally knit shirt, and then it just has a lace section at the bottom. I will obviously show you a picture here of how it's supposed to look. And I just thought I could just, instead of knitting the upper part, use this shirt and then add a lace border. There's also another lace shirt where I bought the pattern many years ago, and it's called Weinstank or something like this. I will add it here as well. I don't know right now who the designer is, but I really liked it, and when I bought it I thought it's a crochet pattern because this designer has a lot of crochet patterns, and it turned out it was knitting, and then I was not that motivated anymore. It still looks really nice, but because it's all over lace, I cannot actually wear it anywhere here. So it's laying in my pattern library for a long time. So I could just use this stitch pattern for the bottom of this shirt. And I was thinking about two yarn options to combine. One would be this one skein of linen yarn. This is from Daya in South India, and it's beautiful. It's from Sunrise Creation, and I held it double with a different yarn to make my Shayna shirt that you might have seen in an earlier video. But this one single skein is left, and I think for making a lace pattern it would work well. Or alternatively, I made a tank top out of this fiber, and the tank top is really nice. So this is like not just one color. You see it has many different colors in it, many different tones of green, and this is a bit thicker than the linen, and it's from Yanamu by Harini, another South Indian dye, and this is 100% cotton. So these are the two options I was thinking about. It's obviously not the same kind of green, it's different kind of greens, but I think it would still go well together. And now with the sunlight, they both look much brighter than they actually are, but doesn't matter. So this is my plan, what I most likely will make out of this shirt. And yeah, let's see how it goes. I have no idea if I get to this before I go to Mongolia. I have like a million projects in my mind that I would want to do before I go to Mongolia. And this will be a nice project, but I'm not sure if that would be something that I would take with me to Mongolia, if it's like practical or not. But I will see. I think the love note should come first. But let's see. And as you see, I really like the color green. I knit many things in green. And I also got this beautiful little green tower. It's a Buddhist deity. She stands for compassion and action. And I recently got it as a gift. It's blessed by a High Lama here. His name is Yangten Rinpoche. And at the end of this video, I will just add some footage from my meetings with Yangten Rinpoche, so you can get an impression of who he is. He's actually one of His Holiness assistants, and he works in his office, and he is a High Lama in his own right, and he's really special. So I thought, because I wear this now all the time, and it's also the same kind of green that I'm working on this week, I will add some footage of this Lama to this video where I talk about green knitting projects. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope I actually recorded the voice properly, so I don't have to record all of this again. And I will go for massage now, and I hope you all have a nice day as well, and I see you soon. Bye.
When Rinpoche's uncle got sick, Rinpoche was also very worried.
아니 그 뒤에 산다는 있다.
At that time, Rinpoche was thinking,
가르치에도 신제지는 수수 뉴기도 수수 수고도 나서 수고. 세상 수수 나서 수는 아샹 뉴기도 아샹 그런 신제시라지니 아샹의 뉴버지에게 공무요 말디 그런 뉴버지가 지발이다.
yes. So Rinpoche thought, if I worry about my uncle the whole time, if I'm really worried, that will harm myself, it harm my own body, it harms me, and in that way I won't be able to take care of my uncle in the right way. So in that way I'm actually harming my uncle if I worry too much about it. Of course not intentionally, but through my worry I won't be able to be as effective as if I didn't worry. So I realized it doesn't make sense to worry.
Here you can see the finished version of my cloud bow sweater. I will show it wearing in both ways, with pink in front and with a brown in front. And after this you will see some short teaching of Yangten Rinpoche. We were lucky to meet him privately in his house, as I was there with my deaf and blind friend. And in this video he is also talking to my friend that unfortunately got cancer, and she is on a phone in a live stream, and he is giving her some advice and is telling some stories, and I thought you might enjoy this. Okay, see you next time.
Reflection, he decided that he will do whatever needs to be done. So to let go of any kind of expectations, of any kind of worry, instead just do his best, give his very best, do what needs to be done, and then let go of anything else. So in that way, with that conclusion, with that decision, Rinpoche was able to give his best. He had all the energy and strength to help his uncle without having any fear, without having any worry, without having anything that would hold him back. The fact that there's so much improvement now when it comes to medical treatment, so much can be done in China, in Taiwan, in Japan, in many other countries. For instance, Rinpoche said that he went to Taiwan once to have some medical checkup, and there was a lady called Yamiling who helped him. And this lady had been diagnosed with cancer of the lung, which she was told had spread all the way to the brain, and that she didn't have much time to live. But this was 7-8 years ago, and she's still alive and well. So getting treatment. So now there's no worry about it. So she was able to overcome this disease. So it's important that you don't lose your courage, your determination, and it's important at the same time that you stay calm and relaxed. And you can find a solution, you find a solution or a remedy to the problem, why worry? If there is no remedy to that problem, what's the point in worrying? This is really very deep. This is a very deep point, and it would be helpful to reflect on this deeply. So, for instance, if the person does something positive, if they help you, then to also praise them for that, to also appreciate the positive. Appreciate by way of praising them, by way of telling them that you appreciate that. So to pay attention to both.
So if there is negativity, I need to. So if another person has negative energy, I need to feel compassion for them, and I need to wish them to be free of suffering.
Ani koram 미지길 코라 누가 다워 쳐봐이나야 소소 니지께 고레스 아니 파기 미델라야 둥에단 저와 쇼냐베 펜신께 고라
수수기 두자지
소소를 독자칭이 다올라이나 소소를 제무식이 미델라야 니지께 고라 펜신께
니지 펜베상마치 미디 자와디 강고지
노세
니기 두자이나
노세
가고이나 가야
노세 So yes, if someone harms you, I mean, if someone engages in a negative action, so basically harming you, you should generate compassion for that person. Also, the wish to be of benefit to them, the wish for them to be free from suffering. But again, as before, if this person engages in actions that are harmful to themselves and others, to also try and stop them.
아마기 수수부를 뒤치고 부그라는 찌오이 요르디 우디 자오 두제 제리 강고지도
No, sir.
부를 찌오요.
So it's like a mother and her child. So the mother, if she has love, she has unconditional love for her child. But when she sees that the child engages in action, does actions that harm themselves or harm the child or others, the mother does everything to stop it.
Thank you.